going on, guys? Steven Sanchez here, currency strategist for Elevated Trader Circle. Let's get into this real quick. I am excited to share this knowledge with you guys. All right, so Steven Sanchez on the mic, coming from San Antonio, Texas. The dirty, hot and sweaty. We like tacos, hot and ready. All right, that was awful. I'm never gonna make a joke again. That was awful. That was bad. Never. I think that was like I was trying to rap. I don't know what happened, but all right. Anyways, so let's get serious, guys. I want to bring you a video to help you help improve your trading. Right. This is kind of a cool method that you can just add to any type of strategy that's working for you. You know, if you're an ETC, then you know what strategy you have. We have a particular strategy that works. But if you're doing a strategy and you're an intermediate trader or even an advanced trader, a lot of people don't actually know about this, which kind of surprised me. But I learned this from my mentor. So, guys, what we're looking at right here is the dollar index, the DXY. All right, on TradingView.com. I would be on my personal charts, but my broker doesn't have the dollar index on there, so I just come to TradingView, and it's a nice clean pick, and it's cool. So I just look at the DXY, and what the reason for this, guys, is to help us to be a lot more accurate on figuring out the trend bias. Figuring out the trend is it's not the number one most important thing in trading, but it is definitely one of the biggest things in successful trading. You have to know which way the market is trending. I mean, the trend is your friend, right? So a lot of my up and coming traders, a lot of my intermediate traders, even beginning traders, y'all know that. Y'all know that saying. That's like the first thing you hear from your quote unquote mentor or whatever the case is. So the trend is your friend. So we're always trying to figure out the trend bias. We're always trying to figure out which way these markets are going to start to turn or continue to go. And sometimes we're kind of just moving sideways, you know, not really doing anything, a lot of indecision, a lot of just, whatever. So a great way to help you to trade the majority of the pairs, which are going to be any pairs with the US dollar attached to them, whether the US dollar is a secondary currency in the pair, like the Euro US dollar, or the US dollar JPY, which is the Japanese yen, as the primary pair, the US dollar. And it just helps us, it just gives us data that we're able to apply to our actual chart, our actual live account. So we're more accurate and making more actual money. So let's get into it. The biggest thing, guys, is I come here to see the strength of the dollar, right? I'm looking for signs. I'm looking for patterns. I'm looking for trend. I'm looking for something to help me, to show me how the US dollar is doing, right? Whether it's losing strength and going bearish to the downside, or it's gaining strength and going bullish to the upside, okay? And whatever data that I get from the market, if I see any opportunity as far as, you know, this market to start trending, or if it's about to break out of some kind of trend, or I see any significance that can show me that we're maybe at a strong level of support or resistance, I'm going to use that data and bring it back to my actual chart so I can apply it to these normal pairs that I'm trading, like the Euro USD or the USD JPY. Okay. So, you know, I typically just do a quick markup, you know, whatever the case is. I treat this chart just like any other chart. I do my normal markups, you know. I'm not going to do a full markup, but if you guys want that, if you want a full like markup, I can probably do something like that for you guys. But just to kind of, just for example, just for purpose of demonstration, you know, we see that this thing has kind of been wedging out. It's at a support area right now. We have some consolidation right here, a little cluster of indecision, right, moving sideways. So, you know, we're not really sure what's going to do, but if this thing decides to start moving up and it gives us a reason, then, you know, probably the trend for next week will be up, you know, to come back and retest this trend line up here. Now, I don't really know that for sure just because it hasn't made itself clear to me, but it's a nice strategy to use, guys, to figure out, just to give you a little more data, because the more data you have, the better. to apply to your charts, because a lot of the times the markets just look all crazy. And when you can get a different perspective, a different view from somewhere else, it does help. Okay, so feel free to use this method, guys. You can pretty much match this up with anything, that any kind of method that you're currently trading. It's always good just to check out one of the stronger pairs and see how they're doing as far as strength goes, whether they're going up or down. You definitely want to stick with that trend, okay, guys? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Or actually, you know what? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I want to actually just talk a little bit more about how you would actually apply this information. So let's talk about this. Okay, for instance, the Euro USD, right? If this market, if this dollar index, which is showing the strength of the dollar, started to trend to the downside, which would be bearish, right? How would the Euro US dollar react? I'll give you a second. Okay. If you said the Euro US dollar would start to move bullish to the upside, you're correct. Okay. Because the US dollar is a secondary currency in this pair, if the US dollar is losing strength, that would give the opportunity to the euro to gain strength. Okay. So in most cases, if the dollar index is showing weakening in the US dollar, you typically want to stick with that trend. So because it's a secondary currency in this pair, you want to do the opposite of what the dollar is showing you as far as strength goes. So for instance, like again, like I said, if the dollar index or the dollar index or the DXY is going down, you want to do the opposite for the Euro USD, which means if this is weakening, that's going to give this primary currency, the euro, strength. So that chart, because the euro is dominant, will go bullish. Okay. Now it'd be completely vice versa for the USD JPY. The USD JPY having the US dollar, the primary currency in this pair, you'll typically see, and you will see, that if the dollar index is weakening and going very bearish and it's clear trending bearish, so will this, because the US dollar is the primary pair. Okay, it has dominance over the JPY. So you will see that this, if the US dollar, especially being a primary pair, starts to go bearish, you definitely want to stick with that trend. You want to take any analysis that you have on here and try to match it up with what the dollar index is doing, right? So if you have some kind of analysis showing that there may be a start of a downtrend on the USD JPY, and you come here to the dollar index and you see that there's a downtrend on the dollar index, my friend, you just figured out that there's a very high probability that that market may go bearish, may go down. Okay. Use all the information that you can get. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it. Sorry for making this super boring, but I hope it did help. If you're able to follow along, I hope you're able to take some notes, watch it again. If you really liked it, if you think your friends, family, whatever can benefit from this, definitely share this with them. If you like the video, like the dang video, because I'm going to be back next week to give y'all some more. And yeah, leave me a comment if you guys want, like, tell me what y'all want. Tell me what you guys are struggling with. I'm here to just provide value, because there's not enough value being provided, in my opinion. So just let me know down in the comments if y'all need anything else, if y'all want anything else. Give me the high demand stuff. I'll definitely do my best to put it out there for you guys in the best way I possibly can. All right. Much love. Thank y'all for swinging by. We'll see you next week. Done.